Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my dark knights. This is the Bat Brand, and welcome back to another installment of my live Gotham review or episode review. This is the Bat Brand, in case you guys don't know, and welcome everybody back. How you guys doing? We are gonna go over season 5, episode 4 today. Hey Hunter, how's it going? And this episode wasn't as great as the last episode, but oh, we got some revelations today. Selena got her revenge. Um, Selena got her revenge. We found out who bombed and destroyed Haven. Which was quite surprising. And the Riddler is now back in his normal head again. Is back into his normal self again, I guess. And we got to see my boy Victor Zsasz in great comedic form. But we're gonna jump right into this. If you guys are new here, feel free to go ahead, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell if you ever want notified of when I do put on another episode of this. By the way, now I'm gonna get right into it, basically, and jump right in. Now, the way the episode started, it basically started right when it left off from episode 3. They're all recovering from the blast. They're trying to say who figure out who did this. Barbara actually starts off the episode getting ready to shoot Penguin again after it was all set, after the explosion. Shoot Penguin, and she didn't. I think we're going to see a kind of real big redemption for her in this season, and I think she's going to make the ultimate sacrifice and die for Jim. I really do see that happening. But she did not kill Penguin, and even Jim lets her know about it later on in the episode, and said, "You did have a chance to kill him, and you didn't. Why didn't you take it?" And she said, "Finding the person who destroyed Haven is more important than killing Penguin." Well, how it all goes out is all these people are trying to figure out who killed all these people at Haven and destroyed Haven. And as I said in the last episode, that boy from the first 2 episodes is dead, because Harvey showed him the badge and said, "Jim, we found this in the burning building." And Penguin decides to help find the killer. And they got a tip from Barbara that the person who did it was somewhere in this one area. And they went to go get him. And wouldn't you know it, it's our good friend Victor Zsasz. Oh my lord. And I just love his banter with everybody and everything. It's just like, he goes, "Hey guys, what's up? How you been?" Just like, really? He's really insane, but he's so funny. He's like, really? Like, Penguin says something to him about, "I'm still mad at you, you're crooked, and you'll, what do you say? You'll betray anyone for the right amount of money." And he goes, "Really? You're still sore about the Sophia Falcone thing? You really need to let that go. You really just need to let it go." And they do this thing where they fire at the door for like 2.5 minutes and let Jim go around and flank him. And he's just sitting there sipping on like a big old drink you would get Hey, thanks, Hunter. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean, I try to be. And he's just sipping on a big like Slurpee drink that you would get at like 7-Eleven or like any other big chain around here, or for us, Sheets, around where I'm at, or whatever. You're literally watching me play Fortnite, from last night? I was gonna say that was a great live stream last night, but what it was is, what it was they found him and they did capture Victor Zsasz. Well, what happened was he decides to Penguin decides to they're oh, you're playing Fortnite. Oh, so you're watching me while playing Fortnite. Okay, I understand now. They bring him in and they're interrogating him, and wouldn't you know, Penguin decides to come in and say, sees that you're not doing everything right, Jim. I need to take this over. And Penguin decides, we're going to have a trial. And you know, with Penguin, nothing is ever really 100%. He's got his own motives. Obviously, he still wants revenge on Zsasz for betraying him in season 4, beginning of season 4. So he basically puts Zsasz on trial and gets all the people behind him, all of Jim's people, and literally takes them all because he convinces them all in the trial that Zsasz did it. And Zsasz didn't do it because... and I'm going to get into that. I'm going to segue into that. We come upon Ed, aka the Riddler, Edward Nygma, who wakes up again in a random place. He's still split, like he's Ed at night, and he's the Riddler during the day. I'm not sure. He's got this whole his whole personalities are all messed up since he's been brought back to life. By Hugo Strange, and he wakes up and he sees there's a suitcase here, and he opens up this suitcase, nothing's in it, but then he sees on his hand he has this thing that says something 1215 knows, and he was thinking it was a prisoner. Well, he goes, well, where can I find prison records? He goes, well, GCPD. So he goes, the GCPD finds the prison records, and wouldn't you know who's there? Lucius Fox, who basically grabs him and says, hey, I'll give you what you want. But if I give you what you want, you need to help me find the person who did this. Sorry, you need to help me find the person who did this. So he said, okay, I'll help you. I kind of like the funny banter between the two of them, because he's just like, well, I don't have any snacks, so I can't help you there. And I don't have a gun, so I don't have any bullets, so I can't just shoot you and kill you. He goes, so what do you want? And he helps him find out, and they go in the building and they find out someone shot an RPG from a roof at the perfect spot where it would go in through this window and blow up the heat, the really bad heating pipes, and it would explode the whole building. And they go up on the roof and they find the spot, and they basically find the spot where they were at, and they're like looking around, and he goes, it was an RPG, and RPG did this. He goes, well, how do you know this spot? Well, there's RPG case that's right over here. And he's like, oh. So, yes, he is the Riddler, but there is still times where he does not. He's not very smart. He goes, you really think whoever did this wouldn't wear gloves? He said, yeah, but this is all I got to go off of, so I need to use this. So, what happens is, he then sees this lady, like, sitting in this window, with his blinds open, just a random citizen, and later in the episode, he comes up around to this building and walks in on this lady, and she goes, oh no, not you, get away from me, I don't want anything to do with you. He goes, wait, what? I'm not gonna hurt you, wait a minute. And she's like, you were here last night up on that roof, and you had a gun and you shot it down there with it. And he goes, what? So she hits him over the head, like basically attacks him and hits him over the head with, I guess, a shoe or something. And he sees himself doing it. So his mind is basically fragmenting back together from a hit in the back of the head from an old lady. And then he realizes, oh my God, his other half at night is doing this stuff. He's doing this. He did this, and he didn't even realize he did it. And he realizes, so Riddler was the person that did it, not Zsasz. And that is the most shocking part. I was just like, what? He did it? It wasn't Zsasz, it was Riddler? It was Ed? Like, I was shocked. Like, I want to know why. Why did he do it? I really hope they explain it and they don't just like, oh, hey, he did it. Done. Like, I really hope they really delve into the thing of why. Because we kind of figured out in one episode that he did it. How many times did she stab Joker? Geez, that was like a 50 Cent video. Or it was like a 50 Cent Easter egg. But I'm going to get into that. But then we go back to the trial. Where now we know that at the time they didn't know Riddler did it. No one knows except for Riddler now. So keep that in mind. Well, he goes there and Jim stands up and said, listen, it was an RPG. He goes, all of you saw him walking out of the building, but if he was walking out of the building, how would he have shot the RPG from the roof minutes before it exploded? Doesn't make sense. And Riddler, Penguin basically won over all the people. And he says, they're now mine, Jim. And he pushes Penguin over. But before that happens, they basically put all these people say, guilty, guilty, guilty. And they put Zsasz on this thing, like old style, like they're going to chop off your head. I'm just like, oh my God. They're going to kill off Zsasz. They've killed someone off or somebody in every single episode. I'm like, okay, here we go. Zsasz is going to die. And I'm like, this. And then right after that, I'm pretty sure, I don't think this person that I'm going to talk about later, aka Jeremiah, is dead, which I'm going to talk about shortly. But I really, obviously, it's Jeremiah. He's got something else planned. But I really thought, like, okay, Zsasz is going to die now. Well, Jim and them then help him and let him escape, do a catch and release, let him go. And I love the banter between them. He is literally, him and Edward Nygma, the actors who play them are two of my most favorite actors in the whole thing. Cameron Monaghan is my favorite actor in the whole entire series, but they are some really good actors in the thing as well. Basically, and Robin Lord Taylor's Penguin is literally perfect. He is amazing, but he was talking. He goes, "Oh yeah, grab the gun." He like taunts Victor. Jim does, and he's just like, "Here, take the gun." Take Harvey's gun. Give it to him, Harvey. And he goes, really? You sure you want to do this, Jim? You know, if I take this gun, I can kill you and Harvey like that. And I love how when they're interrogating him, too, Zsasz is just like, if I did that, I'd be covered in scars right now. Because what he does is he kills someone and then he marks himself in a tally mark. So he's just like, really? If I would have did that, I would be covered in tally marks. And yeah, I don't think. Besides, yeah. And he said, "Hey, nice table." I love that. He's so like nonchalant about everything too, and I think that's the whole point of the character. They said like in table reads and stuff like that's how the character who played him, how he kind of is. He kind of just does whatever, and they let him do that. They said it's perfect for his character, and my favorite line that he says in the whole thing, in the whole episode, um, where he was like, "Hey, good." Oh, what was it? He's like getting ready to be killed, and he goes, "You got any last words?" He goes, because he has tape over his mouth, and he's mumbling out words. He goes, "I couldn't." Penguin goes, "I couldn't have said it better than myself." But Zaz is so good in the show. Like I'm just so he's the comedic, but he's not a really villain like you see every episode, you know. But going from that and talking about that, we then how will Joker be born? I listen. I think he will. I think he will still be. He's gonna be. We've seen in the trailer the Ace Chemicals and him fighting Bruce. So, and it seems like at the end of that fight, he's gonna get thrown into the vat of chemicals. Listen, if you guys watch the trailers, Jeremiah's not dead. And that's what I want to segue into. Selena, this whole episode has been tracking Jeremiah. Hugo Strange will help. I don't know entirely that much. Hugo Strange is gonna be more in bringing about Bane. I think we're only gonna see him just briefly. But I'm telling you, Jeremiah's not dead. He's playing everyone. We're gonna see him next episode. He's gonna pop out this funeral that they showed in the preview for next episode for him. And he's gonna pop out in this funeral, and everyone's gonna be like, how is he alive? And he's gonna kill a lot of people. And he's gonna basically take Bruce, or he's gonna take Alfred. I'm telling you, Jeremiah's death is greatly exaggerated. But I'm going to talk about how we basically got to the point where Jeremiah gets stabbed literally like 4 or 5 times by stinking Selena, which, holy crap, Selena. When did you turn into a cold hard killer? Man, that I'm telling you what, Poison Ivy got her perfect revenge when she gave that thing to Bruce for Selena, because then maybe that was her plan. But at the same time, you know, get revenge on Selena and also get revenge on Bruce as well, but also help her friend out at the same time. But here's my thought. How it all goes is Alfred. I really liked how it all starts out in the beginning with we get our first shot at the bat tracker. And if you guys don't know, it's this little bat shaped tracker, and it kind of works as a signal or GPS thing, or where someone knows where you're at. And these two, as we see, Bruce is still chained up to that thing, to the wall, and these Jeremiah's goons start coming at him, and he just beats the crap out of them, chained up to this wall, or cuffed to the wall. And then another guy with a gun comes. Obviously, he's not going to dodge a gun tied to a wall, or cuffed to a wall, I'm sorry. And then Alfred comes out of nowhere. I completely forgot about Alfred. He goes, "Oh yeah, you almost missed me about with the tracker." He goes, "Lucius doesn't only work so far away." And that was cool for me as a Batman fan, just knowing okay, this is the proto Bat Tracker. We saw the Batclaw in the last episode. We saw the Bat Tracker. I think we're going to see a lot of gadgets this year, or this season, and then it's going to all culminate with seeing the Batman in the final, or in the 10-year jumps episodes. Now, we also then jump and see where Selena's at. They're at the same spot where those guys in the last episode called the Suicide. I forget. Someone told me that they're called the Suiciders or something. Something like that. And they were there, the same place where they're digging that hole to go over to the mainland. Well, Jeremiah has them working for him, and it all shows the main leader from the last episode coming out, or the second episode, I'm sorry, coming out and talking about, we can't do this anymore, and all you see is someone slicing his throat, and there's Jeremiah. And he did that thing from the trailer where he licks the blood off the scalp, or I guess it's like a little razor. And then he said, "You know what we should do when we don't want to go any further? Dig deeper." And it, I just love Cameron Monaghan's Jerome from Joker, or, well, not Joker, to Jeremiah, and soon Joker. I'm really excited to see where this goes. But how it all works is we even got to see a little banter between the proto Harley Quinn and the proto Joker, with Echo coming in and saying, "Is these the recruit?" Or Jeremiah saying, "Are these the recruits?" Echo saying, "Yeah, I thought you would want quantity over quantity. The caliber, the gun test doesn't exactly work the way we thought it would for all the followers." And he grabs her by the throat, and I'm like thinking, okay, we're gonna see iconic Joker Harley where he beats the crap out of her. But I don't think, can they show that on TV? I don't know. But I think that's the extent we're gonna see. He did that, and then he's dancing with her. But that's all. That is definitely Joker and Harley relationship. He goes from trying to choke her out to the next dancing with her, laughing with her, and then trying to playfully kiss her. So I mean that's their that's their relationship with the comics, and I like how they did that there. And she was telling him about Selena and Bruce, and she was saying that, oh yeah, she moves pretty well for a paraplegic, and and I'm like, oh my god, that is straight. That is definitely something I could hear Harley or Joker saying. So she says that, and she goes, and if I see him, I'll send you a holler. Well, Selena basically takes out one of the guards and dresses up like them. And what she does is she then dresses up like Echo. I don't know how she did it, but she dresses up like Echo, and she goes up to Jeremiah and stabs him about 4 to 5 times. And okay. And luckily Alfred, and she would have did more, but Alfred and Bruce came in just the right time and took her away. But she seemed a little shocked. She was like watching, she kept looking at him, at Jeremiah dying. But I'm telling you, Jeremiah's not dead. Jeremiah's not dead. I guarantee something he's got. There's something else going on there. Is it really him? This is Jerome's brother we're talking about. This is Jeremiah Valeska. Okay, he's smarter than this. Okay, I don't think he's dead. I really don't. And here's why. We see him even in the trailer. There's an episode where he has Alfred. Well, is there an episode he has Alfred? Yeah, or he's talking to Alfred. There's an episode where he's with Bruce. And there's an episode at the Ace Chemicals. And obviously they're not going to kill him off just to be resurrected again. It's not going to happen. I think they're done with the whole resurrection garbage. But it gets people thinking, well, it's just builds a good story. What's going to happen is he's going to rise again, or he's just going to show up. Or everyone's going to think he's dead, and then he's just like, oh, no, I'm not dead. Bang, bang, bang. and take Bruce. And then I think episode 6 we're gonna see the whole thing where he does all this stuff for him and wanting to Bruce to relive his parents dying and you know all this other stuff. And then episode 7 will be the climax at Ace Chemicals. But I think there's gonna be an arc. These next 3 episodes are basically gonna be an arc of Jeremiah we're gonna see, and then episode 7 we're that's probably gonna be it for Jeremiah, and we're probably not gonna see him anymore until the 10-year jump. That's what I'm thinking because episode 8, episode 9 is gonna delve into more Bane because we saw in the preview we're gonna see Bane's he's going to basically be introduced, not Bane, but the character who's going to become Bane. Um, uh, I forget what his name is in the show, um, but he's going to be introduced in the next episode. But um, basically, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Jeremiah's dead? Do you think he's not dead? I definitely think his death is greatly exaggerated. He is not dead. He is not. And what do you guys are you guys surprised that Riddler was the one who did that. Riddler was the one who caused the explosion. Why did he do it? Um that's a great question. I'm wondering if it has something to do with it has something to do with just Penguin, or if it has something I don't I have a feeling it does. But obviously he's not going to get caught for doing what he did because he was shown in the beginning him working with Jim and everyone, so um and Jim and Penguin, so they're all going to team up together by the time they hit episode 9 or 10, I would say. So but yeah, this has been I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about that happened in the episode. Um that I can recall. Um, oh, yeah, I wanted to know what your favorite part of the episode was. Who's your favorite character in the whole series? Who's who was your favorite part in the episode? As I said, um, still Zaz made that episode this week. Zaz really did, and we didn't see a lot of Jeremiah, but it was the point. Like, we just saw a little bit, and it's to get ready for what's to come in the next 2 episodes. And I think this episode's gonna be really good. Um, and I think I'll be honest, this is what my thought is. I think this is Jeremiah's plan. He wanted Selena to come because he's smart enough to know he's smarter than Jerome is, way smarter. And when Echo told him about that, I'm sure he was already on guard and already knew and was expecting Selena to come and was prepared. So I think the next episode, well, and obviously everyone's going to be in that spot when it happens, because I guess they're all going to put him to rest or something. I don't know. Because Barbara was shown be, the death of Jeremiah Valeska, and they were partying and stuff because he's dead. And I really think he wanted this to happen. He wants to be put here, and then out of nowhere, it's either it's a fake or something, or he's gonna get up and he's going to basically get as close to Bruce as possible and then kidnap Bruce. I think I can see that happening. I can see that happening. Um, or getting both Alfred and Bruce. I don't know, but it makes sense. It just makes sense, and we're gonna walk. It just gets me more intrigued for next week to know what's gonna happen, and I don't think there's anything else I really wanted to talk about. Oh yes, the end of the episode. As I said, um, what's his name? Penguin takes all his people, all of Jim's people, and Jim is basically left alone with all. I mean, the only ones that are left now, I think, are the GCPD or maybe a couple people here and there, and probably just the cops. And the only person, and because Penguin, I think, took them all, and he's just sitting drinking, back to basically how he was in the beginning. And Barbara walks in, and he says, "Your tip didn't help." And she said about another one, about a guy who's been selling RPGs, and she gave him that tip and gave him the address where he's at, and then she starts flirting with him, and we're bringing it full circle. Because episode 1, they were together. Or not episode 1, season 1, they were together. And they're now bringing it full circle. She's got feelings. She's never lost feelings for him. And she goes, and she gets ready to leave. Like, acts like she's going to kiss him and then leaves. And then he grabs her arm, draws her in, and then they just kiss and make out. And then, boom, there's the title screen ending. Wow. I mean, I know every season that gives Jim Gordon someone a romantic person to be with. Season 1, it was Barbara. Season 2, it was Vicky Vale. Or not Vicky Vale, it was Veronica Vale. It's not Vicky Vale yet. Vicky Vale's her daughter. Then season 3, it was Lee. Twice. We had Lee twice. Season 2, partially. Season 3, partially in season 4. Like, no, not in season 4 at all. And then in season 4, we had Sophia Falcone and maybe a little bit of Lee again. I think a little bit of Lee again. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, and then this season we're going back full circle on Barbara. So yeah, I mean, I kind of hope that the two of them get back together, but I got a feeling that people have been saying, and there's been rumors before the season started, that Barbara's gonna have a humongous, that she's gonna have a big redemption season. This season's basically going to be her redemption and brought back to the light and whatnot. And but I think she's going to die. I really think she's going to be the last person to die before something happens. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think that's going to happen going forward? There's been people I've been watching, like Boba Talks. He talks a lot about different stuff. He actually just interviewed the actress who voices and plays, or not voices, who plays Echo on the show, and had a good interview with her. And she really showed a lot of insight on playing the character of Proto Harley Quinn, basically, aka Echo, and other stuff. But yeah, I guarantee, go check that out. Go check out his stuff too. He is a much better Gotham reviewer than I. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, please go ahead, hit that like button. As I already said, comment and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And that's all the time I think I have for this one. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, all you guys that came out there in the chat. Hunter. So thank you for the likes, thank you for the stuff, and I'll see you guys, I guess, on Saturday, because I'm not going to be recording tomorrow at all. So I'll see you guys on Saturday when I do another recording or on the next video. Stay awesome, my Dark Knights.